at all-time highs now. And I think it's very important to take a look at gold using TrendCloud so that we fully understand what's going on in this market. Also want to congratulate Sarah. She's our new member here at TrendCloud. And so just welcome her inside of the Facebook group. And Sarah, if you're listening here, this will all make sense to you once you get through that module 1 in the master class. But let's just take a look at gold here. 4-hour chart, 1-hour chart, 15-minute chart. Those are the standard charts that you want to use when trading any instrument, whether it's Forex, crypto, what have you. That's going to give you the best step-by-step approach to the price action. 4-hour chart, that's your highest time frame. We are looking at an extended trend. As you can see on your TrendCloud system that we have, the candles turning ice blue. What exactly does that mean when the trend becomes extended? Well, it means we're going to be looking at a deep pullback below trend cloud, okay? Specifically below the 50. See this line? That's your line in the sand between uptrend and downtrend. That's why all the candles here are green, right? If the candles are green, then you know you're looking for those trend cloud signals and you're looking to stay with the trend. This is a momentum-based trend following system. So we are expecting gold to break below, somewhere below the 50 simple. We've got quite a bit of distance to travel before we get below that 50. As you can see, let's try to find another area right here. As you can see, perfect example. We go 5 waves, right? See right there, 5 waves. That's your average trend. And then we start to break down. We break below the 50. And in this case, it went 4 waves down and hit that 200 simple moving average. So we were alerted all the way up here, hey, this trend is extended. You might want to stop buying it for now because we're probably going to go down below the 50. We never know how far down, right? It bounced off the 100 and then hit the 50, broke down, hit that 200 and sort of went sideways and then broke back up to the upside and went completely sideways. So we got a swing a high, a swing low, and it just stayed inside. Okay, it stayed inside of that range, for quite some time. Right, so all of that is sideways movement. Wow, long time. Remember, that's the 4-hour chart. Go out to the daily. What does that look like on the daily chart? And you can see for days, gold just kind of went sideways. Hit that high, went down, hit it again, hit it again, hit it again. 4 times, 5 times actually. It hit that $2,500 mark and just went sideways. And you can see on the daily chart, it really stayed with trend cloud, dipped below, and just continued to go sideways. And finally, we broke out. We broke out. Previous resistance becomes support. And boom, off to the races there. Drop back down to the 4-hour. So on this 4-hour chart, we want to break somewhere below the 50 to recalculate and either go sideways, down, or recalculate and just go up. Okay, so most likely that's what's going to happen, right? Because the dollar is suffering. Okay, the dollar is going down, baby. And that means gold goes up, right? So we're going to recalculate somewhere in this area, and then we're going to be breaking back to the upside. Okay, so on our middle time frame now, we went 12 waves, and then it broke down. Okay, so we know that we needed to break down and recalculate on the middle time frame, and we're doing that right now. So what we're expecting, because the highest time frame, because we know that this is going to follow the same pattern. See, that's what's so great about TrendCloud. Everything is going to follow the same exact pattern. So high time frame, we know that the pattern needs to break below the 50. We need to break below that line. Okay, so what is the logic here? The logic is if we know that the high time frame is extended and needs to break below the 50 to recalculate, then why don't we box out this area here and just mark it off? Just mark off where it has to go below. Okay, we've got to get below this in order to recalculate. Okay, let's drag that over and see what candles it hits on the lower time frames. Open up the 1 hour chart, okay, and take a look. So we know now on that 1 hour chart, we have to do something that is going to look like this, right? Here's the break below. It's going to pull back into TrendCloud and then come down somewhere below this, right? And then we're expecting a move up to continue the trend like this. See that pattern? What does this pattern look like? That's a reverse head and shoulders pattern. Okay, so your TrendCloud system, this is going to follow the same pattern over and over again. Okay, breaks above TrendCloud, pulls back into TrendCloud, breaks above, pulls back in. Okay, breaks above. See how it's doing that? And now it's extended, right? Fifth wave, and okay, back into TrendCloud. It's the same pattern, guys, over and over again on every single time frame. That's what you have to expect until you get this, right? And there it is, that black plus sign right there. So there's that reverse head and shoulders pattern that we're going to be looking for on the reversal, okay? So that is what you just have to expect every single time, okay? So let's go over it again. Remove all drawings. Okay, high time frame is extended. That means we have to break below the 50 to recalculate. And then it's going to do something. It's either going to go continue down, which is not likely because this is gold. It's going to go sideways for a while. Okay, that's possible. Or it's going to recalculate and then continue the move up. And that will look like this. Breaks below. Maybe it hits that 100 and then it starts its move back up. And we continue like that. We continue the pattern. Okay? So that's what we're expecting because, again, this is gold. And gold is gaining more value because the dollar is sinking. Now, if you see an extended trend on the middle time frame, then you know on the middle time frame, we've just recalculated here, and we're going to continue the trend down until we get below the 50 on the high time frame. That's why we drew this out. Let's draw a line this time. We know we have to get past that line right there. So we have a little bit more to go. And that will be illustrated on your lower time frame. What is the path and the pattern on TrendCloud on that middle time frame going to look like? It's going to look like this because it's the same pattern over and over again. Impulse down, correction into TrendCloud. Impulse down, right? Correction into TrendCloud. And you got to imagine the TrendCloud extending down this way, okay? Just like we did in here. Then it goes past that line, goes past that line that we looked at. Maybe it comes down, hits the 100. We don't know how far it's going to come down. We just know that it's definitely going to cross that high time frame 50, all right? And then start to make its way back up. And that's where that head and shoulders pattern might come into play. All right, so this is going to be extended. Just imagine that trend cloud sort of extending down like this, okay? And it's pulling back into the trend cloud, impulse down. Pulls back into the trend cloud, impulse down. Now we're past the 50 on the high time frame, and we should expect some type of pullback. On your lowest time frame, now if we look left, is there something back here that we could see? Aha, look at that. Look at that. Okay, so we've got a very interesting spot here. Resistance, breaks through, kind of goes back and forth. But look at how this line is like a magnet for price. Breaks above, finds support, finds support, finds support, and finally takes off. So we're going to break past that support, and we have to make sure that we break through structure here, right? We want to break through structure now on that lower time frame. If that's what we're looking for, we want to make sure that we break through some kind of structure on the lower time frame to really start paying attention to this area. That's a step-by-step approach on how to get into a trade using your TrendCloud system, because it's the same pattern. You always have to expect the same pattern to be followed on TrendCloud. Let's see what it looks like Let's get rid of everything. Let's take a look and see what the pattern looks like. Okay. Now on the lowest time frame, you could see it's a little loose, right? Kind of breaks a little bit above and then makes a move down, breaks a little bit above and a little loose on the lower time frame. Here you can see very clearly how it just goes sideways and it's giving you signals, right? So you would ignore these signals by looking at the highest time frame, right? So we wouldn't take this right here. We wouldn't take this short, right? We wouldn't take that signal short because we're still in an uptrend on the high time frame. And where is it? And we're still in an uptrend on the middle time frame. Right? So we don't want to take those short. Everything has to be in alignment. Why would we not take this here, or would we? Well, we're in an uptrend, but we're extended. We're in an uptrend and we're extended, and we're sort of in the middle here, right? We're sort of in the middle. We're not above positive 100 until we get to like right here. So now, aha, how about this trend cloud signal? Well, look at that. Look at this trend cloud signal. Uptrend, uptrend, uptrend. Trend cloud signal, CCI is above positive 100. Great. Take that signal all day long. It's going to be very short-lived because we're in an extended trend. If we were at the very beginning, see, that's the signal that you want to look for at the very beginning of a trend, like right here, right? Momentum is up. We broke above positive 100 on CCI, pulled back into the blue. As long as we don't break below negative 100, you're good to go. Lowest time frame, open it up, we get a signal. And what happens? We would get into the trade right there on that signal. Your stop loss would go right below the little arrow or below this candle here. Right there. And did this work out? It sure did. Bingo. So that's the very beginning of the trend. That's your signal right there for gold. And if you just wait for everything to line up, you're going to make a lot of money. Okay, this is how we're growing our account by, 16-20% every month just by simply lining TrendCloud up, right? High time frame, uptrend, great. Cycling up, good. Momentum, green, going up, good. Middle time frame, trend is up, candles are green, CCI above positive 100, great. Let's start looking for trend cloud signals on that low time frame. Where is it? Well, it's right here, right? It didn't get produced here because it was a deep pullback, and then right here it said, hey, you're good to go, right? And the way you take the entry, okay, the way you're going to take that entry, let's clear this off. You get a trend cloud signal. The entry point would be like one tick above the wick of that candle. Let's open this up. There you go. One tick above that candle right there. That's your entry. And then your stop loss, we like to put it right below the arrow. If you want to be really tight with it, you can put it, below the candle that you got in on. And if we did that, if we put our entry there and our stop loss like right there, you can see the trade worked out very nicely, right? Pulled back and then it took off, okay? It just took off and it never stopped. That's what you want. That is what you want, guys. You want to get in at the very beginning of these trends. So all the way back here. We got in right here, got a whole bunch of other signals. What time did that take place? 10:30 in the morning, right? 10:30 in the morning. And I mean, this is beautiful. And that worked out very nicely, right? Here's your entry right here. Pulls up, pulls back into trend cloud, right? Pulls up, pulls back into trend cloud. Okay, kept pulling right back into trend cloud until it went extended, and then we were very cautious on this trade and we said, okay, well, made one more attempt up, okay, and then finally broke down, right? And that's where we would have gotten out of this trade, by putting trailing stop, right? So you would have trailed your stop at the bottom of each one of these, right? Trail the stop, put it here, trail the stop. It went up, right? It went up and then started breaking down and finally got out, right? So beautiful move. That's how you want to do it every single time. Now, if you maybe you just took out half your position and let this run, that's what you want to do. You want to be able to have that cushion with your profit. You want to make that profit, use it as a cushion, and let, one contract run as far as it's going to go, until it finally breaks down. And you can trail that on the higher time frame as well. If you want to, like we got in here, right here, here's your entry on the high time frame, let make some money, take your targets, and then let one contract run. Because you never know how far this is going to go. This may go, another, 7 or 8 waves, right? This is going to be 6, 7, 8. Who knows? You don't know how high it's going to go. This thing went 12 waves and then broke down on the middle time frame. Okay, so you have to always imagine the pattern is going to take this shape. That's why you have TrendCloud now. TrendCloud is going to show you where price is going to pull back into so that you could take your entry on those lower time frames, either using the TrendCloud signals, which are the little arrows, right? Your TrendCloud signals. Just make sure that those signals line up with the trend, CCI, and that momentum filter. And that's all in your masterclass, okay? But that is the outlook on gold. Look for some sort of dip below the 50 here on that high time frame, and then start looking for supply and demand zones and also those trend cloud signals when we start to break through some structure and start moving up. And I will have more updates on gold. Let's follow gold very closely. There's a ton of money to be made in gold right now, guys. I don't want you missing out on all of the profits that everybody is making on gold. They're making a ton of money on gold on Wall Street. Other futures traders are making a ton of money on gold. Don't miss out on that. Capitalize on the fact that gold is trending right now. We know that there's going to be some sort of deep pullback below the 50, and then we'll use our trend cloud signals and supply and demand zones to get in on gold and make another run.